which has kept the peace in Europe for more than half a century and still does, and does so, by the way, in the face of some new challenges in addition to ISIL, and I'm speaking obviously of Russia and its activities in Ukraine. Yet another reason for an intensification of that is the American presence in Europe, and a new playbook for NATO, which takes recognition of that fact. Let me say a little something about the campaign to defeat ISIL. First of all, it is, and I'm delighted that we are joined by some international partners. This is civilization standing up for the principles that we all collectively stand for, to defeat something that is truly evil. We will win because we're good, it's against evil, we're the mighty, and we will win. But we need to hasten that defeat. That's why I am so pleased that that is, I'm speaking for America now, that we have partners. The Germans, I got to visit their unit here, just joined here. Our first and foremost, our Turkish hosts that have long hosted us here. Thank you for being such gracious hosts and such stalwart allies. We have the Qataris here as well, and I expect that the four will be joined by additional partners in the future. We're looking to do more in the United States. I've made that clear. Chairman Dunford's made that clear. The President has made that clear. We're looking for ways to do more in the air, on the ground, in Syria, in Iraq, to hasten the defeat of ISIL. So we have to defeat ISIL here in Iraq and Syria, where the parent tumor is. Now, we also have business to do around the world, because this is metastasized to other parts of the world, including our own homelands. But the defeat here in Syria and Iraq is necessary, and we need to hasten that, and that means thinking of all the ways that we can find capable, motivated partners on the ground, enable them, strike from the air, work with them, and eliminate ISIL from Raqqa, eliminate ISIL from Western Iraq, and give the people back their territory. That's the campaign in Iraq and Syria, and hastening that is what the additional members here represent, the additional U.S. aircraft, and the ways that we're thinking creatively of different ways to attack this enemy and defeat this enemy. I should say that in addition to those who have joined the campaign here, we really are looking for the rest of the world to step up. America's stepping up. We need our allies and partners around the world to step up and do more. And that's true in Europe. It's true in the Gulf. It's true, by Europe, I mean all of NATO, including Turkey. And it's really true everywhere in the world where this is metastasizing. And it's more than a battle in Syria and Iraq. We have also campaigns to wage in our own homelands, which have to do with homeland security and border control and law enforcement activity and the other things that are necessary in order to eradicate this enemy from our countries. I'm confident we'll do that, but we need to do that as fast as we can. I'm looking to you, and I've told the American commanders this, if you have ideas for how to get there faster, we want to hear them. Finally, I should say something about Russia, because I know that Secretary Kerry has arrived in Moscow today. In Syria, defeat of ISIL includes and will necessarily entail a resolution of the civil war in Syria. And that means a transition from Assad to a government that keeps much of the structure of the Syrian state, but involves the moderate opposition, creating a new government for Syria and carrying it forward. That's the end state that we're looking for in Syria. The Russians can contribute to the achievement of that end state in a positive way or a negative way. So far, they've mostly been off on the wrong foot, as I've said repeatedly, and the United States and others have said repeatedly. They have been propping up Assad rather than assisting the transition. And they said they were coming to fight ISIL, and they have instead been striking the opposition and not always conducting themselves professionally. That needs to change. I think that's what Secretary Kerry will be talking about. In the meantime, we will continue to wage our campaign.